Right then, welcome back to the channel. Stephen Howson. Going to do a quick review of what happened in today's game with Manchester United and Fiorentina. I've just caught it on the back end. I've caught some of the highlights of it, at least on the back end. Didn't watch the full 90. We had a game ourselves today. Won 4-0, 3 out of 3. Not quite top of the league because some people have been giving out absolute Slapoviches. And it is what it is. But 3 out of 3, can't ask for more than that. I had 16-year-olds involved today, which I'm pretty happy with. Trying to create a bit of a youth thing going on, and we're doing all right. 4-0 away from home. Ronaldo got man of the match, so all good in the Stretford Paddock world. Now let's talk about Manchester United then, because from what I've seen, Brian and Bruno delivered in more ways than one, actually. Brian and Bruno's got 4 chances from 4 crosses, from a total of 4 crosses. 4 crosses, 4 successful crosses, 4 chances created. I still think the forward link-up play, and probably, I thought Mount played well. Do you know what? I thought the forward 3 played well. I thought the forward 3 looked dangerous without looking cohesive, if you know what I mean. Bruno Fernandes, obviously putting in some dangerous crosses of his own. We look dangerous without looking cohesive, and I think, and this is like very much a no-shitsty kind of thing, a centre-forward changes that and makes it, like, actually dangerous. There's a difference between looking dangerous and being dangerous, and I think that's the major difference. We controlled possession. We had quite a lot of shots. Shooting probably wasn't as clinical as it could have been. And I think that's where it was more a case of looking dangerous, not being dangerous. We limited Fiorentina to like a single shot on target. Aiden Heaven, I think he's gone off injured. I haven't seen what the actual reason for that is yet. But yeah, I thought it was probably a quiet game, wasn't it? Obviously, it goes to penalties. Ahmad's is outrageous. It's outrageous. But yeah, I thought Mbumo again showed flashes, looked pretty good. Acuna showing flashes and looked pretty good. I thought Mbumo stood out. He was probably the one, the most dynamic. His crosses were good. He was a real creative spark. There were some seriously good crosses going in. I think once he gets a centre forward to aim for, that's a problem. I thought Mount played well, but there was a lack of cohesive stuff going on. Sky Sports have done a bit of a breakdown on Mason Mount, which feels weird that they've kind of looked into him, and you're like, he isn't a centre forward. He's just kind of clearly just been flung in here to do whatever. Rasmus Højlund obviously didn't feature. I think that says everything you want to know about his future. Sesko obviously was just introduced to the fans before the game. Big save actually from Bayern. Didn't expect him to play, but Bayern did pull out a big save in the shootout, which was pretty key. Again, do we care? I guess not really, but we are undefeated in pre-season. Pre-season is now over, and we can start looking ahead to the actual football season. I guess that's probably a good thing, isn't it? Ross says Ahmad was the coolest man at Old Trafford. Yoro fan, yeah, sure. I've not even mentioned Leny Yoro. I mentioned this on the video that I did with Paddock last week, but I actually think Leny Yoro was United's best player on the tour. I thought he was real calm, real composed, just real genuine quality from him. And if he can like, he's not had a pre-season with us before, has he? So I quite like what he's done on this tour, and I wonder how much that's going to start. Cleon Rattigan says Rasmus will start against Arsenal. I don't think he will. I do not think he will. I think the fact that we've seen what we've seen against Everton and Fiorentina tells me that there's not a chance that's going to happen. Akash says, will we see Yoro step up another level this season? I think so. Yeah, I absolutely think we will see him, yeah. Man United DK says, the only thing that annoyed me was the goal for Fiorentina. It's fair. Yeah, they essentially get a single goal, a shot on target, and they score from it. Yeah, cheers, lads. Nice one. Are the Donna rumours true? So, what are the Donna rumours that people are seeing? Because I've not seen them. So, are they true? I can't answer that, if they're true or not. I tell you what, though, if we do bring in a Baleba and a Donnarumma, like we've been talking about that at the match today, oh my God. If we bring in Donnarumma and Baleba, things will be said. Do you know what? Let's have this right. The rumour is PSG want 26 million for Donnarumma. What? Yeah, Donnarumma on loan, lads. Get it done. Get it done. Yeah, PSG have signed Chevalier. Yeah, and that actions speak louder than words. Signing a new goalkeeper means it, doesn't it? Donnarumma has a few mistakes in it. Every keeper's got a few mistakes in him. Those who don't remember Peter Schmeichel. Adam says, I thought Mainu's little cameo was solid. Love Baleba links, but I love Kobe. Hope, regardless, he has a future. They didn't show a lot of Mainu's cameo. Don't know why, in the highlights that I watched. Park says, what worries me is that it looks like we're getting rid of Højlund and getting Sesko in, but the alternatives as a 9 don't look great. I think you'll play Mbumo, Cunha, Xerxes, Chido, etc. I think you'll be okay. Donnarumma wants over 200 grand a week. Stupid. The problem is, mate, as stupid as 200 grand a week seems to us on normal wages, 200 grand a week is not ridiculous. Like, Donnarumma's got a shout of being one of the best in his position on earth. 200 grand a week is not insane for him. 400 grand a week was. 800 grand a week would be, which is what I thought it was on about a month ago. So 200 grand is a fucking bargain as far as I'm concerned for him. Dent says Cunha has mistakes and Bummer does too, so does Sesko. However, they'll bring fun for the season and goals. All I'll say is, if Sesko, I was talking to Jayden about this last night, if Sesko starts hitting some of those long-range Slapovic's that I've seen him dig, holy titty fucking Christ, the Stretford end is going to go fucking berserk for this kid. We've done well this transfer window. Even if we only have improved the forward line, we've done well. We've done really well. If PSG only want 26 million for him, do we know why? Do we know why? Dent says Donnarumma is like De Ligt, still young but been around for ages. Rate the pre-season as a whole out of 10. 7. Stu says Donnarumma is world class at 26 years old, 26 million. We paid 17.5 for an 18-year-old De Gea. Baleba and Donnarumma and Lemains equals top 4. Yeah. I'm sorry, actually, but Baleba and Donnarumma actually might mean more than top 4. Baleba and Donnarumma, with only a game a week and no European football, might mean more than top 4. And it depends how you start. Obviously, if you get smacked about by Arsenal first game of the season, then anything crazy is off the table. But, like, if you win your first game, you win your second game, you win your third game, quickly things start happening. Dezil says Baleba didn't play today as far as I can see. Is something going on? I would love to say yes. As I've maintained throughout the entirety of this, what's going on with Baleba, I believe we are going to try. However, I also believe that we have to sell all of the bomb squad to even consider bringing him in. So as cool and as amazing and like, oh my fucking God, as it would be if we brought in Baleba, my answer is that. I think we're going to try. Trying doesn't mean getting him. But that's that. What gear am I on? I am on no gear, mate. I'm on testosterone replacement to get my levels back to normal because my levels were in the fucking toilet. So I'm on no gear. Stephen Harris says, if United get Donnarumma, can Heaton come in to cover Florin? Well, I did speak to a Manchester United goalkeeper this afternoon. or a former Manchester United goalkeeper this afternoon, and did secure his signature for the 30th when Florin is unavailable. Our other Manchester United player, someone that's won a Premier League, I am just waiting for the final information off him to get him signed. He's verbally agreed, told us he will come and sign, and should be getting signed before the end of this month, and hopefully playing before the end of the month, because we've just seen those games, haven't we, that we've got. So should be a couple of former United players in the Paddock squad in the next 2 weeks, all being well. Please stop with Mount. He just runs about. It's not enough. Well, he does more than that. Jotura says, what backpack do I use for rucking? I have a few. I have a Karamore Special Forces, which is a 30 litre, I think. Maybe 35. That's got quite comfortable straps. I also use a JJ's Light Fighter. The straps on that one aren't quite as comfy, but it's more of a 20 litre sort of day sack sort of size. Or if I'm through hiking or anything overnighting, I have a JJ's Beastbergen as well, which has got like 100 and fucking something litre capacity. D-Man says Johnny Evans. It's not Johnny Evans. Kay says Martinez can play the 6. No, he can't. He can play the 6 in certain circumstances in terms of the way he gets on the ball, but he cannot cover the distance laterally that he would be required to. He would have more chance of doing it if we played a 3. In a 2, there is no fucking chance that he is going to be good enough to play in the 6. SDMN Clip says, love Bruno, but he doesn't fit the system in the midfield pairing. Him, Casemiro, Ugarte, blah. Yeah, he doesn't. 4-3-3 with all of those, yeah, you're absolutely right. But we're not going to play a 4-3-3, so he's going to have to figure it out. I think he needs the positional discipline. I've got a video coming out. I think we've scheduled it for Monday. 3 things still to fix. Bruno's natural position is one of them. Shab says the new Carrington reminds me of the Emirates First Class Lounge. It looks class. It does look class, and I'm glad that the club are trying to project positivity and that they're trying to change the narrative around the club. So I like that. I agree. It does look like a little bit like an airport first class lounge. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing. I like that they've announced a stadium. They look competent in the transfer market. They are backing the manager. They are rebuilding Carrington. All of these things help what the narrative is around the club. You know, you wonder why you can't attract players or you can attract players. It's things like this, you know. It's things like this. We need a midfielder ASAP, says Zed. Don't disagree with you, mate. Michael says Donnarumma comes in, top 4 is guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed, but I would expect us to be in and around the mixer. You get Donnarumma and you get Baleba in, and you start well, because you've still got to get everyone used to it. But Marzouk says only 50 million to revamp. Credit to Cristiano. There's fucking no credit to Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, he wasn't saying it to improve the club. He was saying it out of petulance and for his own fucking thingies. Like, no, there's absolutely zero credit to Cristiano Ronaldo from this at all. In Time You Will Find says, and keeping behind Maguire will end up criticised. He ain't. It's gone. Oh. Would I sell Maguire, Dalot, Onana, Toby, Amas, and the Rats to get Baleba and Donnarumma? Yeah, it's a lot of people to sell, though. Maybe not Dalot. I think you might need Dalot just for backup. Roik says 21-year-old Radek Vitek looked better than Onana and Altay for Bristol City on loan. Confident, composed and huge. Why has no one at United goalkeeping talent ID? Mental. Am I doing loan watch? Yes, we will be doing loan watch. What's my side delts workout? I don't have a side delts workout. I have one day for hypertrophy, which is Thursdays. Although I did do that today because my week has been all sorts of fucked up. I do 2 exercises, a total of 6 sets for shoulders. I do an overhead military press and I do a lateral dumbbell raise. I do a total of 6 sets for shoulders a week. That is it. Who do I think we have a team to finish top 5? I think we can finish top 6 with the forward line that we've got. To push us into the top 4, we probably do need another midfielder to talk about, top 3, maybe even like pushing on for a challenge. Probably need to bring Donnarumma in as well. It's very, very difficult, that, I think. Legend Slayer says Delo being versatile is super useful. I agree. Loki says we need another right wing back in addition to a centre mid and goalkeeper to challenge top 4. We don't, because Mazraoui and Ahmad can probably figure it out themselves. Certainly to come top 4. To win the league, probably need quite a bit more than that. But yeah, I think you'd be okay. What do I do for rear delts? Bent over rows, but that's not really specifically for rear delts. I do face pulls, but that's more for scapular health. I don't necessarily do anything for rear delts. I'm not training bodybuilder stuff. I couldn't give a fuck. It's not what I'm training for. SDMN Clip says, Steve, did I have a look at the bench today? It's terrible. Who's coming off the bench if Sesko and Buemo and Cunha are all starting? Mount or Xerxes. That's it. Look, man, fucking hell. We didn't have a forward line last year. Now you've got a forward line. You're like, oh, well, the bench isn't fucking good enough. Mate, the bench isn't going to win you games on a broad enough scale. Like, the game is going to get won by what's on the fucking pitch in the 90 minutes. You can only play 11 players at a time, right? Let's get the 11 sorted out first. Fucking hell. How greedy are people? Like, we did not have a functional forward line that we could rely on last season. Now we do. That's the one. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. How worried am I that we're not clicking and not scoring bags of goals? We announced our striker that we signed yesterday on the pitch. Today. He's not had a fucking second of training with the 2 players that he's going to play with. They haven't had 90 minutes as a front line together. Let's get them training together and let's see where it goes. Fucking hell, man. Patience. Nightlife says, I remember seeing Steve and the lads in LA last year. Met Wes Brown and asked him about the group of defenders. Andrew Duncan, John Curtis. I thought all of them would make it. I thought John Curtis was a fucking tap-in to be the future England captain. And it just didn't happen for him, did it? Did he end up at Barnsley? Or did I invent that? Do we switch to 3-4-1-2? I thought it might have been an option, but now we brought Sesko in. I don't think that's going to be an option. Do I think Leon is good enough backup at left wing back? I think he's 18 years of age and we will find out. I think you've got that. I think that's why Delo sticks around, and I think that's why you still got Mazraoui, because they'll be ahead of him. Mate, what about kicking out Højlund and having Sesko as the only number 9? I think we might do that. Stoic says, I think people are getting giddy. 6th to 8th would be progress this season. Literally would be. Ridwan says, if Donnarumma retires age 36, he could play 800 games at the top level. He's already played 420 games by 26. He started at age 16. You're just counting league games there too. That's 800 if he just plays the league games. If you're in Europe, you're playing 50, 55 games a season. He could easily have 1,000 games. I'm at the weight that I want to be in now. No, I came back from America at 9 pound heavier. I've already lost 3 of that pound since I got back. Which is fucking literally just having food that makes sense and not Waffle House twice a day. No, I would like to be about 185, which means I've got about 9 pounds to go. Lee says, we've already won the double. Don't know why folk are complaining. Yep. Do I get the Through Dark Clubber FOC? No. Iceman says, Steve, do I ever make the Newcastle crying montage? No, I thought about it yesterday and I was like, I'm not going to do it, actually. Stephen Harris says, Calvert-Lewin. Like I said, man, I said it a couple of weeks ago. If Calvert-Lewin was a second striker coming in, I would not be mad at it. Now, if you got like, let's say you get Baleba sorted out, you get Donnarumma sorted out, final day of the window, you go on then, fucking get him in. I'd absolutely be here for it. What a fucking unbelievable backup that would be. Nightlife says, thank you, Steve. John Curtis was what people thought Phil Jones would be, future England captain. Yeah. Tommy says, was a little worrying to see Mbeumo, a player who thrives on the ball to feet, chasing over the top, and he and Ahmad both trying to occupy the same spaces, but that's what pre-season's for. I don't... He does work one ball to feet, but he's absolutely an in-behind threat. He's 1,000,000% an in-behind threat. Like, I wouldn't say that it's a worry seeing that. Mark Ennis says, exciting times ahead, laughing at the fans that handed their their season tickets back last season. Michael says, Calvert-Lewin as a cheaper back option actually makes sense. Do you know what I mean? MB says, Ghosty, just say it. Say what? Oh, 21 is coming. No. Listen, get Baleba in, get Donnarumma in, bring Calvert-Lewin in, and I will do transfer review with my fucking cock out. How's that sound? TNT reported that Donnarumma is available for 26 mil. Steve Horton says, Leny Yoro is a sensation. I like Leny Yoro. I like what he brings athletically. I like what he brings on the ball. I like the game intelligence that he brings. I like... Dench says, Calvert-Lewin, moneyball it. Yep. Colin says, stay off the waffles, not good for the waistline. Didn't have any waffles. See, we did mention about this on the brew yesterday. So when everyone was like gassing up and saying, oh, we need to go to Waffle House, I was sitting there going, fucking do it. Like, really? Not exactly totally thrilled about the idea of going to Waffle House. I will be honest with you. So I was like, whatever. And in my head, where we were going wasn't Waffle House. It was Chicken and Waffles, which is not the same place. I understand that, but that's in my head, that's where we were going. So when we got there and I'm looking at the menu and I'm like, this isn't what I thought it would be. Like, at all. Let me try, like, chicken and hash browns. See what that's all about. And then I tried a Texas patty melt. I've never wanted to shag a sandwich more in my life. Legend Slayer says, if we get both signings, I think we can get top four. If we get both signings, I expect top four. So where'd you go for breakfast in Atlanta? That's where we went. We went Waffle House. I don't really eat breakfast, so we didn't go loads. Jape says, did Rio beat me in our gym session? He said he showed you. Yeah, he did. So Rio picked a gym session for us, which had honestly 700 sets of chest in it. I don't really do like muscle building chest stuff. Like my bench press is pretty shit. It's 100 kg. So it used to be 140 many moons ago, 15 years ago. So my bench press is pretty fucking awful at the moment. Rio's hitting us with legitimately like 6 sets of press ups, flies, all sorts, and I was gassing out. It was going on about me sweating. I fucking sweat. I always sweat. Whether it was a hard session or not, I was sweating either way. But yeah, I was sweating. But it was a hard session. I wanted to do like a high rock sort of engine session with him, and I'd have fucking killed him. But he didn't want that smoke. Schneidermark says, is it possible to sign Donnarumma on loan? I feel his wage demands would be pretty crazy. I just want our transfer money to go to Baleba. I think Donnarumma on loan might be the move with a future fee. I think we might do that, yeah. And I think PSG probably sign up to that, like. Nano Itting says, went to OT for the first time today. Felt like home. Brilliant. Love that. I wanted to take Blade today, but we had a game. If we didn't have a game today, I was going to take Blade today for her first game. But I know that this game today probably was quite a lot of people's first game. Plugged In says, where do I see Xerxes and Manu in a squad? they'll play. We'll play. You know, you won't see the same 11 week in, week out. They'll play. Why is Donnarumma available? Do you know what? That is the question of the questions. I don't know why Donnarumma is available, to be honest with you. That is something I would like to find out. Maybe that's a video we can do next week. Why is Donnarumma available? That's probably a pretty good video, innit? I'm going to write that down. Teamwork makes the dream work, lads. Any more suggestions of videos? I'll happily write them down. Funarag says, how much United still realistically have to recoup from selling a bomb squad? I don't know, because it doesn't look like we can get any money for any of them. It looks like they're all like trying to ask us for loans or nonsense, doesn't it? Don't know. I've read that one, Anna. Akash says Donnarumma has a year left and 250k a week, so PSG want to get rid. Is it that simple? Am I mad, or did Mazraoui not play in pre-season? No, you're not mad. He did not. When are we signing Schneider? Anytime now. Colin says, come on, straight for Paddock. Well, we're doing all right. Doing all right. 3 out of 3. And the 16-year-olds played fucking brilliant against us. So I started 2 16-year-olds today, which is the most I've started in a game. 6 ended up playing today. Brought 4 off the bench. 2 of them started. The 2 that started both should have had goals. One's hit the bar and had one cleared off the line, the number 10. And then the lad I played left wing, he was... he had the opportunity to he's took it round the keeper. The keeper's come flying out of the box. He's took it round the keeper. He has took it quite wide, but he bottled it and didn't shoot. He had the opportunity to score. They both had the opportunity to score. Both played fucking well. So, yeah, liking it. It's good. It's good to see. The only thing with young players is the talk isn't quite there with them. You know, individually they can play well, but I think as a team you require those older, more experienced heads around them. When is the second podcast episode out? We're trying to figure that out. There's been an issue with the edit on one of them. Adam says, what was the Paddock score today? Meant to catch the live stream. We won 4-0. It was 0-0 at half-time. Ronaldo scored after 1 minute in the second half. And then I think we scored 3 in the last 10 minutes. It was basically an hour and a half of attack versus defence. It happens. Plugged in says Brighton want over 100 mil for Baleba, and why we don't give any minutes to Kone in pre-season. He's training with the first team, so I'm sure we'll figure it out. Jape says, do I think the squad is future-proof in case shit hits the fan with Ruben? Probably not. No, it probably has gone down the case of being a squad fit for a 3-4-3. Do I think the midfield is an issue, is a personnel problem, or because of the structure? Both. If you played a midfield 3, you'd have the perfect players to play a midfield 3, but it's a structure issue because that's the system we're trying to play, but also the personnel can't play the structure naturally, I don't think. Would I be giving your plans out, or is it possible for you to post videos of me coaching and showing how a training session is meant to be? I have posted, in fact, the part of it is here. Like, I've just printed it out. So our corner shape and game-specific stuff, a little bit on what makes a game model. I printed them all out here, but they are they're all on Patreon. The full printout is on Patreon, and the speeches that I gave in Alabama a couple of weeks ago is all in Patreon, if you want to watch them. In terms of us coaching the training sessions, very, very labour intensive. So right now, not got plans to film regular coaching sessions, but there is going to be some behind the scenes at Paddock videos coming out on here. Man, Manny. Not sure why everyone is giddy about buying Premier League proven players. Sanchez, Wan-Bissaka, Schneiderlin, Dan James, all etc. all failed miserably. Was Dan James a Premier League player before we signed him? Or did we sign him from the Championship? I think we signed him from the Championship. The reason why Premier League proven, it is statistically the safer bet. There's always outliers, and the outliers are going to stick in your head. But for every Sanchez, there was a Ferdinand. For every Wan-Bissaka, there was a Carrick. For every Schneiderlin, there was... think about any of the fucking successes that we've had. You can say, a Juan Mata. Our better players have all come from there. The Portuguese league, apparently it's a farmers' league. But when you think about Cristiano, Bruno, even Nani, Anderson, we've had some pretty good success from the Portuguese league. But then you've also had Bebe. Like, most of the leagues are Wan-Bissaka for the money, not even that bad. He was 50 fucking million, brother. Not the second most expensive fullback ever. Fucking hell. Where are your standards at? The Premier League has more successes than failures compared to any other league that we could sign players from. And again, it's always on, Van Persie, Sheringham, fucking Rooney. Yeah. It is what it is. Shipper says, well done to the Paddock lads today, up the fucking Paddock. Nani would walk into this team. Nani frustrated the fucking life out of me as a player, and he would be far and away, I would be calling him world class on a daily basis right now. Seth says, it's all about data and background checks when it comes to transfers. Does the data match, and are they bell-ends? Yeah, and I think the are they bell-end test is the one that's getting done the most. Steve says, does this bomb squad understand how much money they would make if the leadership group from MUFC just sat their sorry asses on the sideline from the entire year? My thoughts. I think there's a lot of short-sightedness in the bomb squad, like, I'm on a contract, whatever. Because, you're on a contract now, but your contract ends in 12 months. What does a contract look like that you get in 12 months' time? Whereas if you go now, you're likely to get a better... Go and prove yourself somewhere, and you're not going to get the same size of wages, but you might get more than that because you might get a good 3 or 4 year contract that's maybe a little bit less than that. Andrew says, having watched your insight into Anton Stack, how do I feel he will get on for Leeds? I think he'll probably be pretty good at Leeds because I think he'll get a lot of trade defensively and he'll thrive on that. And I think he would have been all right. Jimmy says, am I tripping or do you not see many of those skillful players anymore? No, you don't see many of those skillful players anymore. Jape says, have I had to use the hairdryer as a coach yet? Yeah, but mad infrequently. Like, maybe 3 times. Yeah, like, legitimately maybe 3 times. My halftime team talks are generally like this. Today's was like this. Like, what I said at halftime today was, you're doing one thing wrong. The one thing that you're doing wrong is your start position at set plays is wrong. And the finishing could be better. Outside of that, it was a case of, like, be patient and it's going to come. And then Ronaldo scored from a header, from a corner, 1 minute into the second half. One of them, innit? Manny says, even after doing well on loan, can't sell Anthony. That's the disappointing thing. Like, Betis are like, oh, we're fucking skint, blah, blah, blah. Unlucky. Serp says, Cunha was invisible. I disagree on that, to be honest with you. Which one of the rats would I reintroduce? None of them. Absolutely none of them. Do you reckon? Do we reckon Garnacho's going to actually go to Chelsea? Do we think that that's going to happen? Is it going to happen? How long is left on Luke Shaw's contract? I think 12 months. Captain Wing says, did the tour last week and it was great to see for the first time, but the tour guide spent the whole time bad-mouthing the players. Seemed a bit classless. Oh shit, that's not good. Nani was the most ambidextrous player I've ever seen. I think Mason Greenwood's more ambidextrous than him. Who's impressed me the most in pre-season? Yoro. Mark says, individually these signings excite me, but pre-match reveal of Sesko reminds me of a Varane, Sancho, Ronaldo window. I think it's going to be a little bit better than that. Anthony has turned down offers because he wants to go to Betis. Yeah. Anthony was garbage, but at least he wasn't an arsehole. Donnarumma in the last year of his contract. Super Scud says we need a manager that plays a 4-2-3-1. Why? Bikers says Cunha was dropping too deep to take the ball like he did at Wolves. Need midfield to step up and push him up further. Yeah, that would be handy. He's got to occupy space and drag people out of the way, and when you start coming to feet, what happens is the defence gets to step up and you're very easy to mark. Defenders don't like being turned and running behind. It's a fucking nightmare for them. Who do I think is winning the league this year? You can't. I don't think you can say in pre-season, and I know I'll end up doing a prediction video because them's the rules, but you'd have to put Liverpool as favourites. You'd have to say Arsenal are top 8. 7 for 8, something like that. Maybe we're only half joking about that. City, you would assume, are going to be up there. I don't know. Ridwan says Schlotterbeck's FB ref and data profiles are insane. I think he's a fucking unbelievable player. What was he available for? Was it 6 million or something like that when we first spotted him? Gary says, Steve, you need to overtake Rio in the gym. He was talking shit. I know, I saw. If he comes and does a high rock session with me, then he'll be the one on the floor in a puddle of piss. 1,000,000%. He's getting him to come and do it. That's the hard bit. I'm on with him on... What day are we on today? I'm on with him on Monday. Might be how you get it done. Personally, wouldn't offer it. How much am I taking for Collier? I don't know. Because, like, City would get 30-40 million for him, wouldn't they? Chelsea would get 30-40 million for someone that's had the credentials he's had. United would probably take, like, fucking 8 or something insane like that. I really don't know. Dan says, Casemiro and Bruno don't work together. They seem a bit erratic and we lose the ball often. I agree. Andrea says, big up Howson, love the honesty. Mercy. Did I ever dream of being an astronaut? No. I don't think anyone that grows up in Droylsden has the ambitions of being an astronaut because it'd get beaten out of you. It's just not a thing. Like, I actually know an astronaut, which sounds insane, but like, Tim Peake was at my regiment. He was the pilot instructor at my regiment. So I don't know him, but he was at my old regiment. And I think having seen the pathway that someone has took to go and do that, you go, oh, actually, yeah, you can kind of go do that. It's not something for me because I'm not a fucking pilot. But I think you kind of get the understanding that those things are probably possible. But yeah, no, not for me. Rock says, John Curtis ended up in Australia's second division after 10 years in the EFL. He's an elite coach at a Centre for Excellence in Connecticut. Worth a video. Might be worth a video, actually, yeah. Loki says, Droylsden kids dream of summers where it doesn't rain for a week. McTominay for the Balon d'Or. Thoughts. I fucking thought this was coming. I mean, you win Serie A MVP, you are going to end up getting nominated, as everybody who wins their league's MVP is going to get when you win a title. Congratulations to him. I don't think he wins it. Isn't it? None of the previous winners have been nominated this year, so there will be a new winner as well. I think I saw that. I don't know who your Balon d'Or winner is this year. I really don't. I don't think there was necessarily the standout that there's been in previous years. I don't think it's McTominay. But yeah, I mean, who? You guys let me know in the comments, like, one, who is the bookies' favourite, and who do you guys think should win it, and who do you think will win it? So give me all that info. So bookies is X, should win it, X, will win it, X. Dembele. Do we think that, really? Chelsea are saying they are confident of Garnacho under 50 million. Yeah, maybe 49.9. Stephen Harris says, I've met Helen Sharman and she's from Low Edges. Low Edges make straws that look like Monte Carlo. Shabak says, why are we so bad at selling players? Understand the bloated contracts, but we struggle to sell others too. Sell good players for peanuts. It's a fucking travesty, and that's one of the reasons why the club is so skin at the moment. Like, we allow international footballers like Dylan Levitt to go for 200 grand. City were getting 20 million for people that have never even fucking come close to a first-team appearance. It's absolutely bananas. Not Yamal, says Allegro. Salah should, but Yamal's PR is too strong. Salah had a good year, didn't he? I don't know if he's Ballon d'Or worthy, though. You know what I mean? This is a very interesting one. I think it's a very, very interesting one. I really don't know. I really don't know who's going to win it. Yeah, it has to be someone from... It feels like it has to be someone from PSG, but... Don't know, you know. Will says, we only sell players when they either have to go or at their worst point. That's a case, I guess, isn't it, as well? Right, I'm going to rock it. Oh, Dembele's 1-4 with the bookies. That's who it's going to be then, isn't it? Notch says, does the lackluster Ballon d'Or list reflect the current lack of outstanding strikers? I would say current list of outstanding fucking players. There's just the lack of fucking pure talent. We've become a little bit athletic and we've lost our way a little bit. I believe it'll come back, but right now it is a mad underwhelming era that we are in at the moment, isn't it? You know, the centre-halves are nowhere near as good because the centre-forwards are nowhere near as good. It's just an era thing. Give it 5 years and it'll completely flip again. But in case you can't tell, I'm fucking knackered. I am still getting absolutely shagged by jet lag, so I'm going to wrap it up. But if you haven't already, then go check out Stephen Howson podcast. Go and check out the podcast I did with my mate Dave. Dave got hit by a grenade in Afghanistan and then got a flesh-eating disease and has had some serious mental health issues on the back of it, and he's now doing madness, helping people get prepared to join the military. Go and check that out if you've not already. If you want to see some behind the scenes, and you want to see my workout routine, because I'm going to post that, because I thought I'd posted that and I haven't posted that. I'll post that to Patreon and I will do a Q&A on that this week if anyone's interested. So if you want to come and get involved, I've created something called the Inner Circle where I'm trying to support everybody getting fit. I'm not interested in selling programs. I don't want to be your fucking coach. And I don't want to be writing programs for people, but I'm happy to share what I am doing in case there's any interest there and get some ideas yourself. But if you want to come and check that out, link is in the description. Come and join Patreon and I will put my entire workout in there. I'm going to do it right now, actually. And I'll do a Q&A on it a little bit this week. So any interest in that? And I will see you in the next one. Laters. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here.